Shalom. Apostle Har coming back at you with the truth, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shai, and this is going to be a quick video. This is an article that was put up from a brother that I'm just going to go into, and I'm going to entitle it "The UK is Going Cashless." And this is I'm just going to read the headline. This was put up February 20th, 2019, year of Karagma, which Karagma is a microchip. Anyway, it says cashing out. The UK is going cashless, and like most of the world, has no plan for what happens next. What I can tell you is going to happen next. The microchip, which is the mark of the beast, pursuant to Revelation 13. You can start from the 15th verse and read down to the end. The key verses is the 16th and the 17th verse. In the 17th verse, it explains that men, and when it says men, it's talking about men, women, and children, will all have that mark, which is goes back to the word charagma. So I'm just going to read a little here and there. You see there the image of cash. So the question was, what's next? Next is the mark of the beast. It says cash usage is shrinking in Britain faster than in most places, and the debate about what, and by the way, Great Britain, the UK, is a part of the beast, about what to do about it is getting louder. That's important because like just about every country where digital payments are taking over, the UK doesn't have much of a plan for what happens next. Well, that plan, the elite is going to give you that plan. They're going to give you the market. Ultimately, they're going to give you that chip. In the UK, plastic payment cards are the most popular way to buy things. Only about 30% of transactions use paper notes and coins. And that figure is expected to fall to as low as 10% in the next 15 years. Now, I don't see this thing dragging out to the next 15 years because the elite, they have an agenda. It said the ratio is already at 50% in Sweden, which will become effectively cashless in a few years' time. Let's hope it's a few months' time. And just like Sweden, the machinery that makes cash available is disappearing across the UK. More than 3,000 bank branches have been shut down in Britain in just over 4 years and are closing at a rate of almost 70 each month, according to which a consumer associate cash machines are vanishing at an even faster rate at about 300 per month. So this is a plan right here. Anyway, let me read this. I'm gonna jump down to this paragraph. You can, like I said, I'll leave the link in the description box. You can read the whole article. Jump down a couple of paragraphs. It says, two important takeaway from a separate event in London last week about cashless Britain is that Sweden shows how difficult it can be to rebuild cash infrastructure once it's gone, and that Swedish officials say that they should have planned better for the decline. It's a pressing issue for Brits as cash handling becomes more expensive and digital money becomes relatively cheap increasing the pressure to switch to card payments. So they're going to eventually do away, just like over here in the States, in the tri-state area. You know, I have a Easy Pass because all of the if you go if you're on a throughway, or if you're on a like, for example, in Jersey, you have the I-95, which is called the New Jersey Turnpike, or the Jersey Turnpike, and it still has a couple of booths where you can pay cash, but they're closing rapidly. And there's certain bridges that you can cross in the tri-state area where they just totally did away with the booths. And if you don't have an Easy Pass, they'll take a picture of your license plate and they'll send you the bill. But however, if you have the Easy Pass, it's just deducted from your Easy Pass account. Whether you got to set up with a credit card or a debit card or your bank account. And it's just taken out of, you know, and it makes traffic move a lot faster, because there's nothing there to stop you where you got to get a ticket, or you got to pay cash, or you got to talk to the person. And basically what's in that Easy Pass is a chip. It's a RFID that reads that particular device, and basically it deducts the money from your account, like I said. And the same thing is going to apply. What they're going to do is they're going to take an Easy Pass and they're going to put an Easy Pass in your right hand on your forehead, or in your left hand, as we've been saying. So this thing is right around the corner, and they're talking about in the next 15 years, this is going to happen. In the next 7 years, I see them really pushing this thing a lot faster, a lot quicker, to get this thing going, because this prophecy has to take place. And that's why we keep putting these videos up dealing with the mark of the beast. Anytime we come across a article dealing with the cashless society, you know, we do a video on it. And we already know all the scriptures. Anyway, what I did in this article, I did a word find, and I put in chip. Chip didn't come up. I put in mark didn't come up. I put in micro didn't come up. So the people that put this article together, they would have to know that this is and I'm surprised they didn't mention the mark of the beast, you know, or the microchip, because Esau doesn't know. Esau, he knows about the microchip, but he doesn't know that's really for the fulfillment of Revelation the 13th chapter. Like I said, these Edomites don't know what the hell is going on, and they don't understand prophecy. The only ones that really truly understand prophecy are the super elite, especially the ones that are, you know, biblical scholars, and then all they do is study the scriptures. They go into the Hebrew, the Greek. They have an archaeological department where they go over different areas in the Middle East, and they dig up things to confirm that the scriptures are you know, actually the word of the Most High. So if they, you know, dig up, let's say they dig up relics that was left by King David. They know it's King David. They'll find the area where King David lived, Bethlehem, or the city also known as the city of David, and they do some digging, and they'll find out, oh, yeah, this is David's sword, and this is David's girdle, or this is David's this, or this is remnant of Hebrew Israelite warrior, soldier. So they do, see, Esau doesn't do things based upon faith. They do things based upon fact. They deal with tangible evidence. So based upon the evidence that they found, the tangible evidence, they know that there were people called the Israelites, the people of the Bible, and they know that they were so-called people of color with woolly hair, and they know, and they connected the ancient Hebrew Israelites to the so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Dominicans of Indian, Negroid and Indian descent of North, Central, and South America. And they also have identified that you have Israelites, the remnant of Israelites throughout the whole planet. So they actually know that the scripture in Hosea 1 verse 10, I believe it's 10 and 11, where it speaks about the sand of the sea that cannot be numbered, or the stars of the heavens that cannot be numbered, or the sand of the sea that cannot be you can't count. You take you go to the beach, you take a handful of sand and try to count those different what do you say, bits of sand. Just take a handful. You'll get frustrated. So the Most High is saying that the children of Israel as the sand of the sea and the stars of heaven. And they know that they're going down. And I keep pushing that. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. Like I said, I didn't want to make this long.